Hey, Thought Jarians, it's Editor Ryan. I just wanted to let everyone know before we start, this episode does contain discussion of suicide, specifically with football players with CTE. We encourage you to skip this episode if this topic is a trigger for you. I left the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline in the description. I also left a link to the Concussion Legacy Foundation below as well, which ThoughtJar donated 5 Smackerinos to, which isn't much, but if any of you feel compelled after the episode to donate, it is in the description. So please enjoy the episode today, and yeah, peace out. Bye-bye.
Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to Thought Jar. I'll be your host, alongside my good friends Ryan and Adam. Gentlemen, how are we doing today?
Awesome. Really good.
Yeah.
Really good. How are you doing?
Pretty good.
Patrick.
Pretty all right.
Who's Patrick?
Patrick's doing
Ryan's
pretty well
cat
too.
is here.
He's doing pretty well.
Because of course he is. Where else would he be?
That's a
It's
great
time
point.
for Thought Jar.
Yeah, for real.
He's always here when it's time to think.
Yeah.
Here's
Patrick's having thoughts.
Here's the part where we address the elephant in the room of, wow, you guys haven't uploaded in a minute. And it's like, well, yeah, we've been
For the minimal amount of people that might actually have that thought.
like, huh,
Yeah.
what are those Thought Jar guys? Well, living life, doing their thing.
Busy.
I worked 6 days in a row this week. It's
Really?
pretty
Can't work another one. That's against the law.
epic.
Unless you're a union, and then they can make you do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Whatever they want.
Right.
I've been doing a lot of overtime.
And that's why unions are bad. Don't join the union. Don't do it.
Don't do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, so tell us about that. How was that?
I mean, it was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, my job's not rocket science. I'm just a cook. So it's just
You're back there with the walk.
a lot of repetition, a lot of the same things.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's still very important.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you're
No,
feeding
I
the
feel
masses.
fulfilled by the end of the day. Like I love cooking for 60 people for 2 meals. Like
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does get very repetitive. So
And you open, right? So it's like you're not doing the closing stuff.
yeah, no. I mean, I usually sweep up and clean my area and everything.
Yeah, you
before I leave.
do your tasks, but it's not
Yeah.
like you have to have the kitchen, spick span at the end of your shift.
Well, yeah. I try to though. Like if I have extra time at the end of my shift, like if it's 1:30, like I'll clean something for
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
for a minute.
You might as well. I mean,
Work out the clock, clean something.
it's always appreciated by your successor.
Exactly.
You know what I
That
mean?
too.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I'm saying it in a very selfish way in terms of I hate cleaning up.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have no problem starting a day,
Yeah.
but man, finishing it, ugh.
Yeah,
Closing,
I see what
yeah.
you're saying.
Closing is tough.
I'm an opener, and I know that's might be a little controversial because people are like, well, yeah, of course, opening is it's probably easier.
Yeah.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
that's all I have to say on that.
I mean, closing. I closed at a lot of restaurants, and I mean, you close at the bar, right?
My one job.
So,
I open
like-
at my other. Well, I guess I kind of work whenever I have clients at my other job.
There's
So
pros and cons to both, I think.
yeah,
I do prefer mornings, though.
yeah.
Like
Same.
so much more.
Provides a little bit more natural rhythm,
Yeah.
like biological rhythm.
Mhm.
Makes a little bit more sense from that standpoint. But
Yeah.
some people love just being up until whenever, and
Yeah.
I'm not that way.
Mhm.
I would, if I could be up every single day, and this is gonna potentially cause some controversy. I would love to be up at like 6 a.m. every day, 6:30.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's about when I'm up every day anyway for work.
Yeah.
I think not to be like nature and stuff, man, but I mean we rise with the sun for a reason.
Yeah.
It's when
Yeah.
we get some of our most productive. It's when we get stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be it's because that's when you could see when you were working. Now it's because it's what's natural.
Mm-hmm. Well, and also like your like cortisol, your stress hormone naturally is at its highest right like an hour or so after you wake up, and then your testosterone is also the highest when you wake up. So there are just two very important hormones that relate to productivity.
Homos.
Huh?
Two very important homos.
Yeah, two very important homos.
Yeah.
Yeah, sir.
Short for
testosterone.
hormone.
W- uh, Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that. But yeah, that kind of makes sense when you talk about.
You can choose whether or not that stays in.
I think we'll probably keep it. I don't know
We'll
why not.
keep it
Why
just
not?
for the funniness.
Yeah, no, I like when I worked at Bear, I always enjoyed getting to be up with the sunrise.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, the world's waking up and the corn's covered in dew and I'm wet, but at the very least,
Oh, wait, what?
it's pretty out. Yeah,
Dude,
I'd be
it's
wet out
very
in them
wet.
cornfields.
disgusting. You're a
That-
little freak.
That corn sweat,
That
yeah,
corn
the
sweat,
corn
wow.
is
Yeah.
sweating on me. It's making me wet.
Mhm.
I have to count the corn now, if you'll excuse me.
You have to cut off the reproductive parts. You're
Yeah,
just-
I gotta rip the tassels out. I gotta put them in
I
the
think All
oven.
that corn sweat was so good for our skincare when we were younger. Like when it hit our face, we just got it was a
You think so? I don't
just
know.
washed with corn.
I'll be honest. This is the first summer I can remember thinking of the term corn sweat.
Yeah.
I feel like it wasn't used, or if it was being used, I didn't hear it.
Uh-huh.
So at first I was like, well, is it just so hot this summer that it's inducing corn sweat, or is it like
I
this
mean,
is this a background thing that we're just now hearing about?
I think it's always
this
been
year.
around, but we didn't know the cause of the fog and like all of the
Mhm.
different things
Mhm.
because we were just dumb.
Like in the early hours of the morning and like the
Yeah.
heat of summer. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Not to sound ignorant on the internet or anything, but
Oh, well, here you go.
yeah, you got me.
You know? Turns out when you grow a bunch of corn, they sweat.
Turns out when you grow a bunch of plants that give off water,
Yeah.
it happens.
We should
yeah.
do a corn cleanse. I wonder what that would do to us.
What is that?
if we just ate corn?
Guys, let's
Just corn.
let's do the Aaron Rodgers cleanse where we take ayahuasca and go to dark rooms and then become entirely different people.
How apropos of you to mention Aaron Rodgers, given what we're going to be talking about today.
Yeah.
Did you do that on purpose?
Yeah.
No, I
Oh, no.
think
You just brought that up.
I think you said cleanse, and the first thing I thought of was like hokey medicine. And I was like, well, that Aaron Rodgers fellow likes to parade around like he knows what he's talking about.
Oh yeah, I've seen.
It's the Netflix documentary, right? That you did.
Did he do it? Did he do a
I thought
Netflix
it was a
documentary?
Netflix
Because I know that they
documentary,
did the like the quarterback and like receiver documentaries where they picked
Yeah,
a number of quarterbacks
Mhm.
and
No, he did his own where he was like, this is his own Aaron Rodgers documentary.
Oh, that's always a good idea.
Yeah.
That always historically ends very well.
I'm be sitting here pretending I'm knowing why you guys are saying that it ends well.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why does it?
Well,
always
it's
end
more
well?
so that Aaron Rodgers is a tool.
Oh yeah, okay, I knew that.
I
But,
see.
okay, does he have other
He's an
documentaries?
Anti-vaxxer. He's like.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, he's super weird.
Well,
but-
you know how
He gets
the-
weird haircuts.
There was
Yeah.
there was that documentary a handful of years ago of like there was a group of flat earthers who were going to prove that the Earth was actually
I
flat.
think I do. And then was that when they ended up seeing the curved shadow and they kind of were like left a little speechless?
And they were like, "Oh, we just proved that it's actually curved."
there was
It's stuff like that where it's like you know the science is it's a hoax.
Mm.
It's like it's not backed by anything other than like things that have already been disproven. And
it's
then
like
they go,
coffee enemas.
and they go out. Well, hold on, don't knock until you try it. Anyway, and then it's like you go out, you prove it, and then it's like, oh, we were wrong, and then that's the documentary. It's
Wait,
that-
have you tried a coffee enema?
No, I was making a funny.
Okay.
I'm
I was gonna say if you had, please tell me about your experience.
I'm typically pretty against putting stuff in or around my beehole.
your mud monkey maker.
Yeah,
Hey, Patrick.
Oh, what's he
No,
doing?
buddy.
the thug shaker, if you will. Did you just pause the audio?
Yeah, he did. Hold on. There we go.
All right, slight Patrick related technical.
Did he cut out the part where I said mud monkey maker?
I wonder if
Maybe, I
if
don't
that
know.
made it in.
I don't know.
And I'll be honest,
Just don't let him jump on the
Patrick.
keyboard again.
Patrick, where's he
Patrick, get you.
He's
He's
right
by
next
your
to
foot.
you,
He's
right?
fine. Yes,
But
some slight technical, some Patrick
yeah,
difficulties.
that's all right.
That's okay though.
But anyway, now we're gonna move into talking about today's subject matter, which again, as I said, relates to Mr. Aaron Rodgers, formerly of the Green Bay Packers.
What team does he play for now, Adam?
He doesn't play for the Jets.
Anymore, he used to.
Good.
He got traded and he plays for the Steelers.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was perfect. He did a
Good
great
job.
job.
Nice. All right. Cool. Yeah,
And
I had to
the-
think about that one pretty hard for a second.
The documentary show he was in was called Aaron Rodgers Enigma. There's a whole season. Got 50% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Is there an illusion around that enigma?
Yeah,
You think?
Yeah, probably. But like, yeah, he pretty much it's just about how he tore his Achilles and came back from that injury and had to like explore life and stuff.
Oh.
And
So is that
Yeah.
when he did his
maybe
his
I-
psychedelic trip?
His darkness retreat.
Yeah, his darkness
He
retreat.
probably talked about it
Yeah, I
at
don't-
some point.
I
but-
couldn't care less. I prefer.
No, Patrick.
Any pause it again.
Yep.
Okay, is it because it's warm and he likes the warm?
Yeah, he likes the warm computer. Patrick.
Oh, yeah, buddy, you gotta stay up here now.
He started the recording again.
Oh, good boy, Patrick.
Lay down, big chunky.
Some slight more Patrick-related technical difficulties. He
Yeah.
paused the recording once again.
It's okay.
We're good. We're good. Let me put this down like this. So they don't-
They say lightning never strikes twice, but Patrick sure does.
yes.
Um,
Oh yes.
But yeah, if you haven't been able to guess what we're talking about today, NFL season started a couple weeks ago, and we're all different, varying degrees of fandom and
And I would say it's mainly just me
and
and
knowledge.
then Ryan and James.
Adam's in the hot seat today.
Yeah, I'm in the
I
hot
think.
seat for the most part.
he's
We'll
not a
be
true
chatting.
he's not a true believer in the pigskin, but he will be.
Mhm.
Pig.
He will
James is a diehard Bears fan, and I'm a diehard Vikings fan.
be.
so,
Unfortunately,
yeah.
on multiple levels. One, your franchise has actually been doing pretty well recently.
Yeah.
Two, I'm a Bears fan.
That's not the greatest thing to be right now.
Here's my advice for people who are trying to get into pro football or pro sports in general.
Pick a different team.
So the city of Chicago, there's some teams in it. Don't pick a single one. Just don't.
What about the Cubs?
They'll find a way. They always do. They've had an awful post All-Star break,
Really?
and they lost, I want to say, 5 of the last 7 games they played, and they clinched a wild card spot, which is great. You know, they're going to the playoffs, but they'll probably just go and get diffed by the Padres, and that'll be another fun season of the Chicago Cubs.
To be fair, though, what is this, week 3 or 4 of the NFL season?
This is week 3.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you still got time.
We're
You're,
pretty early on.
yeah.
in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
season.
Last year, this was the week, I believe, that the Bears got creamed by the Cardinals. This week,
Wait,
they're
really?
this week. Yeah, they didn't do very well last year. They didn't do very well the year before that, and believe it or not, it's kind of the same going past pretty much every year of this century.
Oh.
The Bears made a Super Bowl in 06 and an NFC Championship in 2010, and they haven't really done anything since other than just find new and creative ways to lose.
Mhm.
Which I think is the worst part, is that it's not like they suck and we know they suck. It's they keep making all of what seem to be the right moves and then finding ways to lose regardless of that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we'll hire a new coach or we'll draft a new position player, and it's like, wow, like, you know, we're finally making progress, and the season starts, and it's like, oh, the Bears lost again. It's like, why even bother getting my hopes up?
Exactly.
We'll see what happens.
Well, I think it's just the amount of times they've promised a rebuild and how short they've come on that promise. The amount of times they've drafted QBs and it's just not gone well.
No, it never will. Bears don't have a 4,000-yard passer, and
Yeah.
they probably won't.
Yeah.
We'll do what we always do, which is rely on our defenses, and then when our defenses eventually get tired because the offense isn't putting any points on the board, we get creamed in the
Yeah.
second half of the game.
Yeah.
Happens pretty much every year.
Football's a very, very complex game, and I think tiring each side out of the field is very important. And however good defenses you have, like, you need an offense to be
And
able
also-
to
Yeah,
keep the defense off the field.
especially and this is important knowledge for you to learn.
I'm
when-
taking a mental note here.
When Ryan and I started watching football, which would have been when we were young children because our fathers had it on, there were still so many fewer rules and focus on player safety. It was a much more physical sport than it is today, which is not to say that football is getting soft, because to imply that it's getting soft means that it's doing away with certain rules or physicality.
It's just becoming safer, I think.
It's like they're making it so it's like, yeah, we don't want our pros to get debilitating headaches and then kill themselves because they have severe forms of CTE. It's like, well, no, we're making the sport safer.
Is there an example of someone that did that? Because it seemed hyper specific.
Yeah, I don't remember his name, but there was a famous NFL player who killed himself, shot himself in the chest, I believe, because he wanted them to study his brain, and
What?
that it made a very important strides in brain health.
And they studied his brain.
and CT, yeah, and they were like, wow, it actually was super deteriorated, and it's because of all the repeated contact to the head that you get in football.
Whoa.
Yeah, so that's the main reason why there's been such a push for
Here you go.
like head safety. What's the name of the player, Ryan?
I have the Wikipedia list of NFL players with chronic traumatic encephalopathy, which is CTE. You keep talking. I'm looking through this right now, but it looks like there were 2 players that committed suicide, or died by suicide.
Yeah, and I mean, CTE also has been like the cause for certain violent crimes, like people theorize that Aaron Hernandez, who played for the Patriots in the 2010s,
Was he the dogfighting guy?
That's Michael Vick.
Oh Jesus!
That has nothing to do with. I don't think
He was the DV guy, the domestic violence guy, Aaron Hernandez.
No, that was.
Or he kill somebody.
Yes.
Who am I thinking of?
You're thinking of, I believe,
The guy in the elevator.
Reggie Bush.
No.
No.
The recent guy in the elevator with he got caught on
Yeah,
CCTV.
yeah,
camera.
he was a Raven, and I don't remember his name.
Yep.
His name was not Reggie Bush.
No.
That's an entirely different
Yes.
person.
Yeah.
And the old heads are going to flame me for that.
That's
but
okay.
Rice.
Yes.
No.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Holy crap! Yeah, this is insane.
Yeah, and the list keeps going on. Yeah, brain injury's bad.
Yeah.
If you couldn't surmise that
So
for now.
yeah, I'm just looking at like the deaths from CTE, and it's over like 4,500 names.
So
like,
what sort of like complications are probably like brain bleeds and like hemorrhaging and but like chronic
Horrid migraines.
Like a lot of these guys are dying young too, like mid 30s, early 20s, late 20s.
Dang.
CTE,
late 30s.
CTE can cause deteriorative diseases. It's a gateway to muscular denigration, XYZ. I mean, there are so many bad things that come as a cause of CTE that it's like, well, yeah, it's there's a reason so much research and effort have been put into making the league safer, so that every pro doesn't leave the league with 5 different traumatic brain injuries, so on.
And there's probably a broad swath of symptoms that come with CTE. Like it's not just like swelling, headache, migraine, and then you also probably get you've got all of your major nerves, right? I mean, naturally come down from your brainstem, like your vagus nerve, which regulates like blood pressure, body temperature, things like that. Like that's probably, there's some disruption there, some imbalance, and I can't even imagine all the different symptoms that could come with, like, there's probably like balance issues, coordination issues. I honestly don't know.
A famous thing that I can think of that isn't even brain injury, but like Joe Namath, who's a very famous name.
That name's familiar.
He was the quarterback for the Jets for their only Super Bowl, like way back in the 60s.
Okay.
If you look at his hands, like, because he's done
He's
a
still
lot
alive?
of. Yes.
Okay.
I believe so. If you look at his hands, he has, like, they're all like my hands. Like, for the viewers who are unaware, I have crookedy fingers. They're all fucked up. If you want to get
If
a
you're
nice,
watching the video version on YouTube,
nice view of that.
or Spotify, you can see this.
Yeah, but Joe Namath's fingers, all of them look like this to some degree, and it's because of the physicality of the sport, and because of it directly correlates to the amount of research and the amount of, like, well, doing this to your body for 2 decades at the professional level can, cause these adverse effects. So when we get to the 90s, 2000s, it's when we finally started to link CTE and brain injuries to football, which is why when we first started watching, we talk about all these, hospital ball and, these legendary defenses that could just get away with what we would consider now manhandling receivers, rushers, quarterbacks, XYZ, which is why, as time has gone on, especially in these last 2 decades, there's been such a push for like brain safety and like
changes in the ergonomics of like safety equipment, like helmets,
and like how they call penalties, like roughing the passer, unnecessary roughness, pass interference, XYZ. There's been they call these things more in an effort to reduce traumatic injuries during the game. Not to say it doesn't happen. I mean, a man, about Damar Hamlin,
literally went into cardiac arrest.
came this close to dying on the field.
Did die, I think.
He did die.
For a
Had to be
moment.
resuscitated.
Yeah.
Yeah, like obviously that's still gonna happen, but
Right.
that can happen with anything.
Right.
It was what happened to Damar Hamlin again. It was like during a certain beat of his heart's rhythm, he got
Yeah.
hit square in the chest where it had just enough force to knock it out of the rhythm, and that's a 1 in a million chance of happening.
Mm-hmm.
Like that injury specifically happens more to baseball and hockey players
Mm.
who get catch a puck, a ball to the chest, and then that happens. Like
Yes.
it's super rare in football. But since we've been alive, there's been an increase in safety and rule calling and how the game has changed in terms of involving safety, which is why a lot of people are like, well, football's gone soft. It's like, to a degree, yes, it has. But going back to the original point I was trying to make is that Ryan making a joke about defense is that defenses isn't really played the same way as it was when we were kids, because you can't be as rough anymore. You can't
especially with the quarterback.
especially with a quarterback.
Physical with the quarterback.
So defenses have definitely taken a back seat in terms of how the game is played professionally. Not to say they still aren't important and still are, huge.
And super physical,
It's still entirely a different part of the game.
For sure.
It's just you can definitely see that it's a more offense focused league now.
There were 6 players that died by suicide to CT in the NFL.
Since what day? Like what year?
Probably.
Like all
of all time, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we've probably been that's only been tracking it like that probably in the last 2 decades.
That's true. The data has probably not been correlated that way. So there's
Exactly.
probably been more people that have killed themselves due to a CTE related symptom, but
Yeah, I mean, the
it was
guy
in the-
that shot up that one building this past year, I don't know his name, but I think it happened this past year. It was in New York City. There was a shooting at the NFL corporate building, but
Yeah.
he went to the wrong floor, and then he shot himself in the chest, I think. So, yeah.
Yeah, so CTE,
happens.
not a fun time.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Didn't mean to make that a focus of today's episode, but professional football at this point is you can't talk about the league and or football in general and not think of, well, there is the repercussions and the physicality of it. We're like, yeah,
I mean, there were games in high school where I wouldn't remember the entire game afterwards.
it's crazy.
I remember I ran off the field one time because I thought that our drive was over. No, it was 4th down, and everyone was screaming at me from the middle of the field, being like, "James, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Our drive's over. What do you mean? We're done." And then your dad asks me, he's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." I'm like, "No, I got my bell rung really bad. I did not know where I was."
Oh wow.
For a good 10 minutes. We ended up losing that game, as we often did, but
Yep.
I digress.
So do you guys? Okay, so here's a question then. So big controversy is college players recently started getting paid in the last several years.
Yes, NIL.
So the NIL contracts that people have been getting, is that what they are? They're like contracts.
NIL, excuse me.
NIL,
Yes.
yeah, the NIL contracts. So the Georgia quarterback, I think last year, the year before, his contract, he signed a contract that year in his senior year for $12 million. Do you guys? So how do you guys feel about the fact that people are starting to get paid younger and younger? Do you think, one, do you think it's necessary? 2, if you think it's necessary, why? And 3, do you think it's ruining people's love for the game and spoiling them younger and younger, and it's going to make them want to play for less time because they're already kind of getting a taste of the money?
I don't think it's gonna affect players' longevity. I do think that with NILs becoming so prevalent and so popular, it does take away incentive, or it does take away the majesty of making it to the pros. 'Cause it's well, you're already getting paid brand deals to play in college.
22-year-old kid, a 21-year-old kid, yeah.
Yeah, and also to a different degree of NIL deals, it also has bungled the transfer portal, which is I'm not sure how in depth of your college.
Not that great.
The transfer portal, bare bones explanation is a player can enter the transfer, like they're unhappy at their current school or institution. They can enter the transfer portal to go to a different school. They can tour other schools. They can watch games. They can be like, hey coach, I'm interested in your program. Can I come play for you? XYZ. It essentially has removed all school loyalty because now the good players know they can just go to the best schools and get paid.
Typically like SEC schools.
Yeah.
Yep.
They can go to the best schools, they can get the best brand deals, and then they can just go straight to the NFL. And I mean, power to them. Why wouldn't they? If you have the talent and the makings to be that level, yeah, go for it. But it takes away the incentive of like staying in college for 4 years, staying at the same college for 4 years.
That's sort of like localized patriotism to like a certain 4-year university is kind of like null and void.
It's like why stay when I could go to a different school? I can get better reps, and I open myself up to brand deals.
That's
Like,
so
why wouldn't you
weird.
do that?
Because I used to think like college sports were like the final boss in like
Really demonstrating how much you really like something before saying, okay, I'm going to dedicate myself to this long term. And now, like, kids, if they play their cards right, like, if you make $12 million in one season, as just as an example, you could play your cards right and never have to touch the professional sport again and do whatever you want after that. Like, that's a lot of money.
And some guys do that where they'll make BOGO and brand deals, and then they'll graduate, they'll start whatever business startup they want to do, and that's what they do the rest of their lives. Some of them without ever touching the sport again. So I personally think that NIL I wouldn't say ruins college football, but it definitely has changed the landscape of how players progress through the sport at different levels.
What about like players at the professional level? Do you think I personally like this? I don't know if this is a hot take or not. I personally think just all professional sports players, especially basketball players, I think they get paid way too much money.
Oh yeah.
Do you guys agree with that?
Oh yeah, we could be putting the money elsewhere,
bro,
for sure.
I don't know who's the highest paid player in the NFL right now.
Whatever quarterback.
Probably Pete Mahomes. I don't know.
No, he's
really?
Or Kelsey. I don't know.
Okay.
I think it might be Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
It might be Joe Burrow.
What about the?
Does he still play for the Browns?
What about Jalen
Bengals.
Hurts?
Hurts got a pretty big contract extension. Well, and then this goes into how NFL contracts work, where you can sign for X amount of years for this amount guaranteed,
Right.
and then you can do.
And you like have to play for that team.
Yeah. Well, not even necessarily. Sometimes
Yeah.
you can get
You can
traded.
yeah.
And then the other team is stuck with your buyout. Essentially, is like, well, now they owe you this money because you signed that contract for the X amount of guarantee. Ooh, excuse me. Sorry, passionate about football.
Nice.
Because you have so much guaranteed. The team that traded you, so for example, is expected to give you that money. So you could sign a contract with a different team. Or like, oh, you've been traded to them, so for the remainder of your contract with us, you're stuck with them until you move on to the next team or whatever. Like this happened very recently to Baker Mayfield.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
You know, starts with the Browns, shuffles around a little bit with Carolina for a little bit, and then the Rams, and then
Did
now
he
he's
get
with
injured when he was playing with Carolina, or was it?
I don't
like
know
a
about
couple of years
Carolina.
ago?
I know he had
He had like
some,
a clavicle thing.
something happened with the Browns.
Okay.
maybe I'm
For
thinking
them
different
to
guy.
denounce him and send him away, and now he's kicking ass at Tampa Bay, and it's like, good for you, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, the contract aspect of the NFL, yeah, they're paid way too much.
It's so weird because I always have I personally, but it's also through the lens in which you view like society. So it's through like what you like. Not even saying that I have a preference between basketball and football because I don't. I guess I would have to say that I like football more personally, just because I like see more of it, which is still very little. But it's like it shocks me how much more basketball players get paid than NFL players.
Well, it's
like
that also brings in a very interesting aspect of the NFL has what is called a cap space, meaning each team is only allocated. Yeah. There's the word. There's the word.
Nice.
They're only allocated an X amount of money, and that's how much money they can pull contract.
But who allocates them their money?
The league. Like
Okay.
every team, it's like $33 million or $3,300 million, however much it is.
$3 billion.
Yeah, it's
$330 million a team.
Probably.
yes,
Is that-
yes,
okay.
yeah.
So, okay.
So the rosters are, I believe, 52-man, 53-man, something like that. So for all 53 of those people on your roster, you only have that amount of money to play with.
Okay.
The NFL is the only, to my knowledge, the only pro league in this country that has a cap space. NBA doesn't have a cap space. They can pretty much.
MLB doesn't have a cap space. 'Cause
MLB doesn't have a
some
cap
of their
space.
top paid players are like.
Shohei Ohtani, I
Yes.
believe, makes.
Is he like one of the
He is the highest.
highest paid? What would be the highest paid current?
Current,
athlete?
I think so.
I think so too. Yeah.
In the world,
Dang.
but he
Yeah, it's-
he
it's
makes
a lot,
he
bro.
makes, I believe, and I could be pulling numbers out of my ass here. He makes, I believe, the same amount as an NFL cap, just by himself.
Isn't that crazy?
Through
Like
the
a whole
contract.
team.
And that leads into like other sports having like small market versus large market teams. It's why people were so uppity about the Yankees and the Dodgers making the World Series last year. It's because those are both large market teams that have the money to just throw money at good players. So it doesn't. It's like, well, you're taking the piss, the fairness out of it, because other teams only have so much money to pay players, and that's why some teams are so. There's such an imbalance of skill between teams, is because, well, they can't pay the superstars the same amount.
Right.
Didn't Tom Brady come out of retirement again? But he's playing for Saudi Arabia.
What?
I'm pretty sure.
What?
I'm pretty sure he's starting a league out in the Middle East.
Yeah, we'll see how well
What?
that. Sure, Tom Brady.
Because he's like, what is he like? 48.
I saw that on TikTok.
44, 45.
Like-
40, yeah.
Mid to late, I think, max.
I was just like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah,
man.
Tom Brady's an interesting character.
Remember when he used to kiss his dad on the mouth?
Used to. I'm sure he still does.
Oh yeah.
There's no way that man doesn't still smooch his dad on the lips.
Ugh.
At the Jaws movie last night. Sorry, this is way off topic.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
when the dad was like, "Give me a kiss,"
Give me a kiss.
because I need it. That's what he said, and I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah,
to
it was
his son.
Yeah,
I
it's,
was like,
it's
"What?"
1975 in
Yeah.
Amity Island, and the police chief is
They
like,
were drinking what is it? The beer they drink. There's a beer in Rhode Island it's like specific to Rhode Island in the Northeast. It's like
PBR.
Nandergasset.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's
Well,
it.
that sounds like a very local type of beer.
It
but
is. It is.
Pendergast.
Yeah, he's stressed out because the shark is eating people he's in charge of, and then he's like, "Give Daddy a kiss. Give me a kiss."
because I
Mm.
need
And
it.
he's talking to his son.
Yeah, like his 8-year-old son. And I know it's more of a he just wants his son to be affectionate.
God.
It's like, but it's also like, wow.
I mean,
Well, it's like how in Ferris Bueller, it's give Daddy a kiss, or whatever. When Sloane walks out, it's like, yeah, that's weird in
Yeah.
today's context, but
but you know what? In 50 years, if life is a circle, we're gonna get back to the age where we can start telling our kids to give us smooches on our mouth. Pause. No Diddy. I'm just talking about it in a historical context.
I think there's Diddy. I think there's
There is no Diddy.
there better not be any Diddy, or we're gonna have an issue.
Nope.
Anyway, football.
Yeah,
that's
but
what
anyway,
we're talking about
so
today.
like, do you think so? Talking about pay, so you think that Shohei Ohtani because I was gonna say, as far as like value, like market value, I mean, obviously, I think actively playing like players in all sports leagues, I think LeBron James probably has the highest like overall
Accumulated wealth, you think, from the
like
sport.
like net wealth
Yeah,
for sure.
and then you
Maybe, I don't know.
go to think, you can take it a step further, and like not even counting contracts or what the team is paying you, merch, branding, what businesses you also are taking a part in. I'm pretty sure LeBron James is a majority owner of Blaze Pizza, so he makes money. He's making money out of Blaze just because he owns a certain number of stock.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so his net worth is, while, obviously basketball is the backbone of it, the majority of it has come from brands and ownership and stuff like that. So, I mean, obviously, when you're a pro athlete and you're getting paid those millions of dollars to
You
put
have more
ball
money
in a
to
hoop,
invest into things.
you get more money to go do the other things that make you more money, and then it's we can get into a super in depth and super fun conversation about the wealthy and inequality that comes with that. But
The wealth gap.
His
the wealth gap.
Shohei Ohtani, his contract is $700 million.
Right.
Over 10 years.
That is
he,
two NFL teams worth of cap
yeah,
space.
that's crazy. Is he is he the highest paid active
I don't know.
professional sport player?
He
I
has
don't
to
know.
be.
I
He
honestly don't.
has to be, and that's over a certain number of years. He's not getting that every single year, obviously, and I'm sure there are certain contract fulfillments he has to hit or requirements he has to fulfill. And he's not even pitching right now, by the way. He's just hitting.
It's crazy.
Because his whole thing was that he's also a superstar pitcher on top of being a super savvy base runner and hitter. Yeah, now he's also a superstar pitcher. But I think he injured his arm. I don't remember exactly what. But so he hasn't been pitching for the last couple of years.
Bro.
Yeah, the Dodgers picked him up from the Angels, fully well knowing he couldn't pitch for a number of years, and they still gave him that BOGO contract.
So he currently plays for the Dodgers.
Yes.
Okay.
And he's doing well.
Nice.
Like, I mean, he's still Shohei Ohtani. There's a reason he's getting paid so much, but I mean, it's still.
The highest paid is Ronaldo.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
right.
well, yeah,
I-
no
okay,
shit.
I wasn't
Yeah.
even thinking about soccer. What does
Yeah.
he make a year? What's his contract?
Whatever Saudi Arabia is paying him at this
Yeah,
point.
his
It's
contract is $275 million right now, but I'm guessing that's not over 10 years. I'm guessing that's over.
Okay,
couple
so
years or
okay,
something.
right.
and that's
yeah.
not counting
He plays for Saudi Arabia now.
some whatever leagues over there.
Oh.
Well, yeah, that's why they pay him so much is because
Yeah.
whatever owner-
whatever club decides to pick him up and pay him, like
I don't really know how soccer works. God, we should have hired
Yeah.
you here.
he's a legend in soccer. So like he has a very
Do you think he's gonna live in the wall when they finish the wall in Saudi Arabia? The
like the city,
the
wall
structure.
city?
Yeah, the wall.
Oh, okay.
They could like
think he's gonna
like
live in
Han
there.
Solo him, like
Yeah, yeah.
They're gonna put him in carbonite.
Yeah,
and-
yeah,
and
yeah.
Carbonite.
They're gonna cask Amontillado Ronaldo into the
And
wall.
then they're
Amontillado.
gonna unfreeze him in like 2,000 years and have him play against like.
They're gonna
robots
study
or
his
something.
body. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
AI
and then-
robots.
And then yeah,
But they're just AIs of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just 22. It's just however many people are on the pitch. 22 Ronaldos, just
Yeah.
like so.
Dude, that'd be sick. That'd be crazy. Bro.
Oh my god.
That's good. Okay, so what? So now we're coming to the end. But before we end, what? Do you guys have anything? Ask me questions about the NFL.
I'll be
See if I-
honest. I think this episode is less of an NFL episode, and I think it's more just talking about wealth and how lucrative.
Wealth inequality.
professional
and
out-
athletics.
God.
Yeah.
I
we
think.
can't get away from it.
Unfortunately,
from it.
we lost the NFL, but we did gain interesting introspective on how professional athletes are paid in this
Maybe
country.
the NFL was just the wealth gap we found along the way.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna revisit this topic. I'm sure. Maybe more of a sports
Yeah.
talk this time around instead of
Have you
money.
Have you been to any NFL games, James?
I've never been to an NFL game.
You've never been?
No.
Did you because you guys were planning on going to a training camp, right, for the Bears? Did you guys go to that?
No, we didn't end up
Okay.
going to that.
I mean, I've been to a bunch of Vikings games.
What's their stadium in Minnesota called?
It's now U.S. Bank Stadium, but I went to the Metrodome. when
Right,
they had the
right, that's-
Metrodome
Back before it
before
caved
it
in,
collapsed.
Because of the snow, right?
yeah, the snow collapsed.
which is
there.
crazy. You'd think a dome in Minnesota would be rated for the
I
worst of
mean,
the worst, but also that was like 20 like.
It was an old
10.
stadium, and
Yeah.
they needed to build a new one at some point.
Cause I remember when that happened. It's like, well, they were gonna play the Bears the next week at the Metrodome, and they ended up playing at, I believe, Minnesota State.
Yeah,
The
I
Gophers?
went to a Minnesota State. Well, I went to their stadium, but I saw a Vikings game at the Gophers Stadium.
It's kind of a rare era because I feel like they don't how many
Yeah,
games.
I think they only played a handful of games in that
I
stadium.
was in like the 15th row too.
So
I
you-
was right up there.
Honestly, that was probably a super cool experience.
What year was that?
There was a touchdown from Diggs right in the like corner of the end zone. It was
Really?
probably like
2013?
20, yeah.
14?
So maybe it wasn't Diggs. It was probably someone else.
No, probably. I think Diggs is. I don't think it was
It was 2015 and Diggs was a rookie.
Diggs.
It's like 2013, 2014.
It may have been. I can't remember.
So we were-
Fun fact: the new U.S. Bank Stadium costed more than the Hubble telescope.
Okay, so this was fake news. U.S. Bank Stadium actually costs around 1.1 billion, while the Hubble telescope costs around 16 billion. But still a lot of money. So, yeah.
So.
Yeesh. Yeah, and then there goes right back into the financial
Yeah,
aspect of
I don't know
how
how much that was, but it's billions of dollars.
I would
to
imagine
make a
something
new
that's
stadium.
used to photograph deep space would not be cheap.
Yeah.
probably not.
So
I'd hope not.
my knowledge of that sector is limited. However,
That's
I can-
next episode, the Hubble telescope. That's
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the Oort cloud?
Dude.
Good?
What about
Bad?
the interstellar object that's coming through space right now?
What?
You
What?
guys see that?
What?
The comet that's coming through space.
Somebody said we found
God,
life
no,
on Mars.
Are we gonna be okay?
Yeah, we found life on Mars. Yeah.
What?
Was it proof of life or life?
Just like bacteria or something.
Like
Like
what?
Hey.
old fossilized.
We should bring it. We should bring it to Earth.
Yeah.
Bring
We
it
should
to,
definitely bring that to Earth.
bring it to
Yeah.
Earth.
Bring it. We should get it and bring it back to Earth.
and unmultiply it and then release it onto the public and see what it does.
And just kind of see what happens.
You guys ever played Plague Inc? It's like that.
Yeah. When
You guys would start your Plague Inc game with
We
the
should all
Mars
become
disease.
Martians, man.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
yeah, when Booger Fart has eradicated every human on the planet, and you're like, all right, it's infected everyone. Now I got to make it kill people. Organ
James.
failure.
James, what the fuck is booger fart?
Because you got to name your virus, I thought.
yeah. They were just making up a disease. I was like, is that real?
Yeah, man, Booger Fart's coming for us all. It's actually the thing they've got over on Mars.
Booger fart.
I'm actually a
That's-
prophet, and that's exactly what they're going to name it, too.
It's a new nickname for COVID-19. We're just changing it. The name's now booger fart.
Booger Fart, man. The libs and all their Booger Fart regulations.
Disgusting.
Dirty bastards.
Disgusting.
Is there anything else you guys wanted to talk about before we...
I mean,
This is kind of
Um,
a shorter one.
It is. It is.
I mean, yeah.
I love football. I
All
will.
good.
I will watch the Bears lose today. They're playing the Cowboys.
I will say.
Well, that's the two lackluster teams butting heads. You
See,
think they're going
it's-
to lose to the Cowboys?
Yeah, I fully believe they're going to lose to the
Wow.
Cowboys
Wow.
because it's the Chicago Bears. They're going to find a way to lose, even if they're having the 3 best quarters of their lives, and it's like seamless drive after drive. They will find a way to blow it.
What time's the game?
3.
3:25.
Yeah, it's the 3:25 slot.
So you got
today.
time to go home and watch it.
Yeah, I got time to think about how disappointed I'm going to
You
be.
got time to think about switching teams.
And I will say no.
Vikings are winning against the Bengals currently, 31-3.
Oh,
A
baby.
Joe Burrow-less
Oh, baby.
Bengals, might I add. But
yes,
but
Joe Burrow-less, but also we got Carson Wentz. So
hey, Carson Wentz.
our boy.
Carson Wentz can still cut it up.
He's from North Dakota. He's a Vikings fan.
Yeah.
So he wants to play for the Vikings. So that's
Nice.
a good sign.
Maybe
Um,
maybe this is the insanity run that he needed, and
Yeah.
this is going to be the Vikings' finally the path they needed to
His
get to the
glow
Super
up.
Bowl is they need Carson Wentz to come from nowhere.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like a young kid.
No,
No,
this
Carson
is-
Wentz-
This guy's like 33.
Quick
He-
Carson Wentz.
He played for the Eagles originally. He almost went to the Super Bowl, but he got an injury about halfway through the season, and
It was like late in the season actually. It was like week 14.
yeah, they ended up
Oh,
winning the
dang.
Super Bowl anyways without him.
With-
But
Yeah, it was and then like he never fully recovered from the injury.
yeah, it was a concussion or
No, I think his ACL and MCL snapped.
oh, ooh.
Yeah, no, it was like it was season ending. It was like you don't just come back from that kind of
Yeah,
injury. So
no.
then he became a journeyman. He was on like 4 different teams.
Yeah, he was traded so many times, just like around the league.
But now he's with the Vikings and he's currently kicking ass. So
Nice.
Apparently,
the last thing I'll say about football is this, specifically with today's game of the Cowboys and the Bears. Cowboys fans, thank you for being just like the more obnoxious version of Bears fans. Because you take a lot of the heat off of Bears fans.
That's true,
Because if it weren't for the fact that you guys existed, everyone would be saying the same things they say about you about the Chicago Bears. Because it's about the same thing. Of like, this is our year, we're all in. Yeah, how about them Cowboys? And then every year they just disappoint entirely.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bears did the same thing, and
Yep.
I don't think a lot of people pointed out. But the Bears did the exact same thing of where like, yeah, off-season champs, we're gonna do so well this year, and then they just blow it. At least the Cowboys kind of put
I-
a season together,
I don't
you know.
see it that way. I more hate like Eagle fans or like people who act like Kansas City fans, like not Bree, obviously, but like
Thank you.
like the people that bandwagon, I would say, are the worst types.
Oh, the bandwagon fans are the absolute worst.
Yes.
If you're gonna pick a team just because they're doing well right now, it's like, well, you're not invested in the sport. You just want to be a part of the movement.
Mm-hmm.
You want the instant gratification of feeling like you're a winner.
Yeah, my team's doing well. Haha. It's like, well, yeah, you picked them
Next
this
season
year.
it might not be the same team.
No, it won't be. But no, Cowboys fans are the extreme version of what Bears fans are, and so thank you for taking that heat off of Bears fans.
Mm-hmm.
I already, when you lose every single game in a season, and the Packers are somehow fantastic again, it's a small solace that I get.
Comment your predictions in the comments for who's going to the Super Bowl this year, and if you're right, I will personally send you $100. Whoever wins,
Venmo or Cash App.
Nice.
preferably Cash App, because I don't want to see that my people can see that I had to send somebody $100 from 6 months prior because they made an accurate prediction.
You're not getting it cash. You're not getting a check. You might not get it at all. But
You might not get it at all, but if someone is ballsy enough to make a guess and it's right, yeah.
one guess per person.
There you go.
Yes,
One.
and only one
You-
person can
you
win.
get
so.
one.
You don't get 32. This isn't a catch-all.
Put
Yeah,
32
no.
comments.
Catch-all. Nice. Okay, cool. So
All right.
is that pretty much it then?
I think take us out, Adam.
All right, guys. So thanks for tuning into another long-awaited episode of Thought Jar. You can stream this on Spotify and YouTube, and you can follow our socials on Instagram and TikTok, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instagram. Yeah, we got.
We don't have a Slack. We're not on Slack.
We're not on Slack yet. but
Okay.
Are we on Rumble yet?
What is Rumble?
We should get on Grinder.
That's a dating app.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, we could LLC ourselves.
All
You can
three
date
of
the
us. All three of us.
Yeah,
One
come date Thought Jar on this gay dating site.
Quadruple. We want a quadruple.
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 We're looking for our next host, and we're gonna scope Grinder.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems.
that's the place we're gonna go.
Yes.
So if you guys want to hop on there, we're gonna set our radius to 50 kilometers, the farthest it can go on a date, whatever it is, and
Yeah.
Tune in next time to see who's our new host.
Yeah. Might not even be someone who identifies as a man. It might be somebody else. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.